In part 8 of this Fire Emblem 6 run where chat picks my units, we start off with one of my favorite maps, Chapter 16, where we storm the capital. But first, let's take a look at our Fa replacement. Yeah, say hello to Shrek.
It's all ogre now.
We decided to make a bit of a compromise here. His Divine Stone, or Onion, gets 60 uses as opposed to Fa's 30, but he doesn't get increased growth rates like Fa did. The result is a more toned down Divine Dragon that lasts a lot longer, but let's be honest, just like Fa, Shrek is just going to be brought to maps to soak siege tomes. It is really what they do best. We then enter a character creation session for 3 new units. The first one is the Douglas replacement, Alice the Falcon Knight. While it may look swell to get a tanky flyer with 45 HP and 14 defense, keep in mind that the guidance chapter requirement is to keep her alive, and she now has 8 move. So that'll be fun. You can't kite her around like you could with Douglas, you have to find some other solution. As a unit, Alice looks promising, but having a Falcon Knight incapable of doubling gets boring really quick. 17 base strength is nice though. Then we have the Hugh replacement, Cassandra the female fighter, and Jump's last chance at a waifu, unless you count Carl. This broad will cost us 10,000 gold to recruit if we want her at her full strength. And looking at her bases, I definitely think she's worth it. 16 base strength and 14 base speed is incredible, and while her con is a little on the low side for wielding Binding Blade's heavy axis, she's still going to be great once fully supported up with Jump, if she survives that long. The only problem is, I don't have 10,000 gold, I barely have 1,000. So raising the cash to get her will be troublesome. And then we have the Cease replacement, Rachel the Nomad. And yeah, you're not seeing double. This is the second Nomad named Rachel in the ROM, and it's a complete coincidence. This unit has absolutely insane potential. The creator opted to go with the glass cannon build with no defense and res, relying on high damage and avoidance to survive, which can work if the player is anyone other than me, because I'm an idiot and I get my units killed all the time. So yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, before we start, let me just show you all the shit I have to do in this map if I want to get all the bonus objectives. For the main objective, I need to make my way to Narshan and kill him, which sounds simple enough, but there's also 2 treasure chambers on each side with 5 chests, and I only have 1 thief, so Blimpy will have to cover a lot of ground. Good thing he got those boots, right? While I'm doing this, I have to avoid Cassandra and keep her alive, because I do not have the 10,000 gold required to recruit her, so I need to steal her member card, make my way to the secret shop, and sell stuff until I have the funds to talk to her. All the while, I have to avoid a freaking Falcon Knight with 8 move, trying to prevent her from killing my units, or more importantly, preventing my units from killing her, all while dealing with this chapter's insanity like Purge Bishops, Bolting Mages, and Ambush Pawns from the stairs. Yeah, this will be fun. Let's go. We start things off with a Kaga promotion. Previously, he was just the hero we needed, now it's the hero we have. And look at those stats! He's a complete champ. Nell also retires from being a TikTok nurse and becomes a fully fledged Valkyrie, finally being able to fight, albeit limited to a simple fire tome for the time being. Just as planned, I steal Cassandra's member card, but in order to keep her away, I have to reduce her health to make her run away. In Fire Emblem, units have a special AI called Recovery Mode, which is a set percentage of health at which they start running away to seek out a healer. This recovery mode is individual per unit, depending on their personality. Since Cassandra replaces Hugh, she gets his recovery AI as well, which is the most cowardly one in the game at 80%. And this means Cassandra will run away as soon as she takes more than 20% of her total hit points in damage, so that's quite easy to do. It's a lot worse with Alice. Since she replaces Douglas, she gets his recovery AI, and he has the most courageous one in the game at 30%, meaning I have to reduce 70% of her health down before she starts running away. Luckily, Bethany is able to get her down to 1 HP, which should put her into recovery mode, but it turns out that Douglas actually has a bit of a special AI that still goes for kills if possible, regardless of HP. This means that Alice charges headlong into Blimpy, who miraculously fails to land both of his 56% hits, preventing a reset. Quite incredible. After all that mess, Carl decides to show up, and I have to prevent him from stealing all my crypto again. Guess I better get someone fat over there to block the door. Hey Ninja Boro, get your ass over there. Yeah, that's a good girl. Things go relatively well, and I'm able to abuse Cassandra and Alice's recovery modes to bypass them, But stupid as I am, I kill all the bishops on the map, which means there's no more healing for them to get. This means they won't go into recovery mode anymore. And so I have to turn Jump into a bow-wielding punching bag for these two ladies as they rain down punishment on him while I frantically try to reach the secret shop to get enough money for Cassandra, which is a great way to get introduced to your next waifu. After I sell my stuff, I talk to Rachel to recruit her, and then it's finally time to subscribe to Cassandra's OnlyFans. Jump lines up and gets the premium membership access, with feet and armpit pictures included. We then get the battle that chat has been excitedly waiting for since the start of this run. Jump versus Narshan. Fittingly, he kills his fake doppelganger and takes his place as the true Chad of Alib. We then cease and go on to maybe one of my least favorite Gaiden chapters of all time. But first, some memes, as well as some adorable fan art of two dead girls, and one who just joined. Then, it's time for the freaking tower. I hate this map so much, and I don't even have a warp step to skip it. This is FE6 and it's Cancer on its finest display. Berserk staves, silent staves, boltings, purges, everything you absolutely love in one shit package. Luckily, I have Coin who almost had capped res at this point. Her damage output isn't very high, and she can't hit stuff, but she also hardly takes damage, so it's easy enough to just charge through the enemies and deal with the bishops. There's nothing more to say about this chapter. It's a painful slog to the throne room, where we ask Nagatoro to kindly bully Windham, which she does in great fashion, something he clearly finds very amusing. We end things off with a Cassiel promotion, as well as an incredibly bizarre support conversation, which I will not comment on further. And then we seize the throne, obtain the Orla, and then it's off to Ilia. But first, let's ask Angel how good our tactics are. Oh, go fuck yourself.